If you stood in Wisconsin around 1800, the ground thumped like a heartbeat. Wagons rolling east, canoes slipping west, native war councils meeting under tall pines. All paths clashed here first, leaving clues for anyone bold enough to track them. Seasons passed, settlers hurried on, sure they'd seen everything. Yet pockets of stone, timber, and earth still stand. In the hills of Mineral Point, the Pendarvis mining village preserves the limestone and timber buildings left by 19th century Cornish miners. To the west, Grandad Bluff, once a Civil War training ground and lookout, still rises above the river valley. And on the edge of Lake Michigan, the Cana Island Lighthouse, built in 1869, keeps watch over waters long feared for shipwrecks. Join me as we uncover the most extraordinary wonders of Wisconsin, places so unreal, they might just change the way you see this state forever. Trumplo National Wildlife Refuge is a wetland sanctuary located along the Mississippi River Flyway, known for its prairies, marshes, and bottomland forests. It is known for its sand prairie, with grasses such as big bluestem and switchgrass that can reach impressive heights. The refuge is separated from the main river channels by dikes, creating an isolated area ideal for birds and other wildlife, especially during migration seasons. In fact, it is a hotspot for bird watching, with over 260 bird species recorded regularly and more than 120 species nesting within its boundaries. It is part of the driftless area, a region that remained ice-free during the last ice age, which helped shape the deep Mississippi Gorge visible from the refuge. The refuge is home to one of the largest colonies of black terns in the region, which are small, agile birds with dark plumage during the breeding season. These birds feed by swooping low over water and vegetation to catch small fish and insects, rarely diving to great depths. They are highly social, nesting in loose colonies in freshwater marshes and floating vegetation. The chicks leave the nest early, swimming before they can even fly. Some other migratory birds commonly found in the prairies and wetlands are the Sandhill cranes, tall, social birds that gather in large flocks when migrating. They are omnivorous, feeding on seeds, grains, berries, small animals, and insects. Their breeding behaviour includes elaborate dances and calls that can be heard from great distances. Pairs build nests in marshy areas, and both parents care for the young, which are able to leave the nest soon after hatching. Nesting in Wisconsin's wooded swamps and along slow-moving rivers are the wood ducks, known for their distinct appearance and unique nesting habits. Unlike most ducks, they nest in tree cavities, often high above the ground or water. Their strong claws allow them to grip branches and enter small openings. Wood ducks are active during the day and feed on a variety of plant materials, seeds, fruits, and aquatic insects. The Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe is recognised for its spiritual significance and draws visitors for prayer, reflection, and pilgrimage. It is a site dedicated to the Virgin Mary under the title of Our Lady of Guadalupe, a figure deeply venerated in Catholic tradition. The devotion began with reported apparitions to Juan Diego, an indigenous convert, on Tepeyac Hill. According to accounts, the Virgin Mary appeared to him and requested that a church be built at the site. When Juan Diego presented proof of the apparition to the local bishop, an image of the Virgin appeared on his cloak, known as a tilma. Today, the shrine has become one of the most visited Catholic sites in the world, attracting millions of pilgrims annually, especially around December 12th, the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. La Crosse is a Mississippi River city recognized for its downtown area, college town atmosphere, and scenic bluffs. In fact, the presence of a major university, the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, gives the city a youthful energy and supports a range of cafes, bookstores, and galleries. Its name comes from a game observed by early French explorers who saw indigenous people playing a stickball game called La Crosse, which translates to the stick. The Grandad Bluff is a prominent overlook on the edge of La Crosse, which is accessible by road and features a park with picnic areas and walking paths. It has been a gathering place for generations, used for picnics, celebrations, and community events. The site is often chosen for wedding photos, graduation pictures, and family outings due to its dramatic backdrop. Sheboygan is a coastal town along Lake Michigan, famous for freshwater surfing, bratwurst culture, and lakeside parks. Nicknamed Malibu of the Midwest, surfers are drawn to its waves, especially during autumn and winter, when lake storms create ideal conditions. The town is also known for its bratwurst, celebrated at local markets, and the annual Brat Days festival, where bratwurst eating competitions and community events take centre stage. The lakefront features the Sheboygan Breakwater Lighthouse, built in the early 20th century as it replaced earlier lighthouses that guided ships past the hazardous Niagara Escarpment, a limestone ridge just offshore. The current lighthouse was moved to the breakwater in 1915 with its cast iron tower. The Peshtigo River is defined by its whitewater rapids and fishing. The river's dark, tea-stained water, caused by surrounding tamarack swamps, can make it difficult to spot submerged rocks, adding a challenge for paddlers. Additionally, its roaring rapids section is known as the longest continuous stretch of whitewater in the region. Balsam Lake is the largest in its watershed and is surrounded by a shoreline dotted with islands and bays, serving as a peaceful getaway in northwest Wisconsin. Its shores were originally home to the Chippewa people, who lived in the area before European settlers arrived. Early development included a trading post, sawmills, and a dam that raised the lake's water level and supported local industry. The dam, rebuilt several times, is still in use today to help maintain water levels. Potato River Falls drops nearly 90 feet in two main sections, Upper and Lower Potato River Falls, offering a remarkable display of whitewater as the river makes its way toward the Bad River and eventually Lake Superior. The river's tannin-coloured water is a result of the surrounding wetlands and forests. Access to the falls is via short but steep trails with hundreds of steps leading to viewing platforms, and the site itself features rustic campsites, a picnic area, and minimal development. The song sparrow is a common sight in the forests and brushy areas around Potato River Falls. These sparrows are recognised by their streaked brown plumage and a distinctive central spot on the chest. They rarely feed in flocks, preferring to forage alone or in pairs, which makes them more vulnerable to predators and makes nearby cover important for them. Males are known for their persistent singing, especially at dawn, which serves to attract mates and defend territory. Their song is a familiar sound in the area, and males can sing thousands of times in a single day. Bayfield is a small city located at the tip of a peninsula on Lake Superior, widely recognised as the main gateway to the Apostle Islands. Founded in the mid-19th century, after treaties with the Ojibwe, Bayfield quickly developed as a shipping port, with its brownstone quarries supplying stone for buildings across the Midwest and beyond. Madeline Island is the largest of the Apostle Islands and the only one open to settlement and commercial development. Its name comes from Madeleine Cadot, the daughter of Ojibwe chief White Crane and wife of fur trader Michel Cadot. The island has been a spiritual and cultural centre for the Ojibwe for centuries, with a history of fur trading, missionary activity, and multinational rule, having flown the flags of France, Britain, and the United States. The Apostle Islands National Lakeshore protects 21 islands and a stretch of mainland coastline, featuring sandstone sea caves, old-growth forests, and the largest collection of lighthouses in the national park system. The islands are known for their sea caves, which can be explored by kayak in summer or on foot when they become ice caves in winter. Notably, it is also where the Ojibwe developed advanced farming and copper tool making. Today, the lakeshore offers opportunities for camping, hiking, birdwatching, and exploring historic lighthouses and shipwrecks. Aztalan is the site of a prehistoric Native American village, renowned as one of the most important archaeological locations in the region. It showcases the remains of a Middle Mississippian settlement that flourished between the 10th and 13th centuries, making it one of the northernmost outposts of this culture. The village was established along the Crawfish River, where its inhabitants built large, flat-topped earthen mounds and a stockade of upright logs, using a construction technique similar to wattle and daub. These features, along with pottery, house construction, and agricultural practices, show clear connections to the larger Mississippian city of Cahokia. Holy Hill, Basilica and National Shrine of Mary Help of Christians, is a site characterized by its Gothic architecture, stunning landscape, and spiritual solace. Located atop a glacial hill, it draws hundreds of thousands of visitors each year, who come for pilgrimage, prayer, and the experience of climbing the scenic tower. The origins of Holy Hill are linked to a story about François Soubriot, a French hermit who, in the 1800s, discovered a diary and map dated 1676, describing a cone-shaped mountain dedicated to Mary, believed to correspond to the site. The land was owned by the government until the mid-1800s, after which it became a site of pilgrimage and worship. The Discalced Carmelites, a religious order from Bavaria, were invited to administer the shrine in the early 20th century. The current basilica, completed and consecrated in 1931, is the third church on the site, and features a 178-step tower that is a popular tourist attraction today. Devil's Lake State Park is the most visited state park in Wisconsin, iconic for its steep quartzite bluffs, clear lake, and extensive hiking trails. The park sits in a deep gorge formed by ancient glaciers, with rock formations rising sharply above the water and forests surrounding the shoreline. The lake itself is spring-fed and has no visible inlet or outlet, contributing to its clarity and unique ecosystem. During the Great Depression, the Civilian Conservation Corps built trails, stone structures, and park facilities that are still in use today. Kenosha is a southeastern Wisconsin city with a shoreline on Lake Michigan and a legacy regarding its industrial roots and evolving urban landscape. In fact, it became a manufacturing powerhouse, especially in the automotive industry. Companies like Thomas B. Jeffrey Co., Nash Motors, and American Motors Corporation produced millions of vehicles here, making the city a hub for car manufacturing for over a century. The industrial boom attracted waves of immigrants who established strong communities and contributed to Kenosha's growth and culture. The Kenosha North Pier Lighthouse, built in 1906, stands at the end of a breakwater as it replaced earlier structures. Continuing to serve as an active aid for navigation, its cast iron tower rises 50 feet and has been privately owned since 2011, occasionally featuring murals and art installations. Pendarvis is a historic mining village in Mineral Point, known for its collection of 19th century stone and log buildings constructed by Cornish immigrants. The site tells the story of early lead and zinc mining in the region and the lives of the miners who settled here. The name was given by preservationists Robert Neal and Edgar Hellum, who restored the first stone cabin and used Cornish language names for the buildings they saved. The buildings, made from local limestone and timber, also reflect the construction techniques brought from Cornwall, England. Lake Geneva is a lakeside city whose name was given by early settler John Brink, who named the lake after Geneva, New York, his hometown. Its shoreline is lined with mansions, many built by wealthy Chicago families after the Great Chicago Fire. The Geneva Lake Shore Path, a 21-mile public walkway, allows visitors to view historic homes and gardens up close, a tradition that dates back to the early days of the estates. This influx of affluent visitors led to the city being called the Newport of the West. The Mississippi River marks Wisconsin's entire western boundary, shaping the region's landscape, ecology, and history. Stretching along 230 miles of the state's edge, the river is known for its wide floodplains, forested bluffs, wetlands and islands, supporting a complex ecosystem that provides habitat for hundreds of species of fish, birds and other wildlife. The river's floodplain lakes and backwaters are especially important for migrating waterfowl, making the area a prime destination for birdwatchers and outdoor enthusiasts. Its source is Lake Itasca, and it flows south for thousands of miles, but its connection to Wisconsin is especially significant due to the state's long river border and the communities that have developed along its banks. Madison is the capital city set between two lakes, known for its university atmosphere, progressive politics, and active lakefront lifestyle. Interestingly, it was chosen as the capital before it was even built. The legislature selected the site based on Doty's lobbying and its strategic location. Before European settlement, the area was home to the Ho-Chunk people, who called it Teejop, meaning land of the four lakes, and built effigy mounds that can still be found around the city. Sitting on an isthmus between Lakes Mendota and Monona, the city is recognized for its university, the University of Wisconsin-Madison, which draws students, researchers, and visitors from around the world. The campus, stretching along Lake Mendota, is a hub for academic, cultural, and athletic events. The city's reputation as a progressive centre grew from its role in labour reforms, social movements, and political activism, especially during the 20th century. The Wisconsin State Capitol stands at the heart of Madison on the Isthmus, surrounded by Capitol Square and overlooking both lakes. Completed in 1917, it is the tallest building in the city, protected by law to preserve its prominence. The Capitol's dome is the largest granite dome in the country, topped by the gilded bronze statue. Wisconsin, symbolizing the state's motto, Forward. The building houses the state legislature, the Supreme Court, and the governor's office. It is a focal point for civic life, hosting tours, rallies, and the weekly farmers market. Its history includes surviving a major fire in 1904 and being rebuilt with a design that ensures every side faces a major street, so no business is left behind the Capitol. Recognised as the Cape Cod of the Midwest, Door County is a peninsula bordered by Green Bay and Lake Michigan, known for its shoreline, small towns and outdoor attractions. Its name comes from the strait between the peninsula and Washington Island, called Death's Door, or Porte des Morts, by early French explorers and Native Americans. This passage gained its ominous reputation from shipwrecks, unpredictable weather, and a legendary battle between the Potawatomi and Winnebago tribes, where many lost their lives to sudden storms and rough waters. Bailey's Harbour is one of the communities in the county that is defined by its preserved wilderness, historic lighthouses, and natural areas. The town is a hub for outdoor activities, including hiking, fishing, and a Sunday community market. Cana Island Lighthouse, built in 1869, is Door County's most iconic lighthouse. Visitors can walk or ride across a causeway to the island, climb the spiral staircase for views of Lake Michigan, and explore the rocky shoreline. The lighthouse remains operational and is managed as a county park, as well as is located near the shipwreck of the Frank O'Connor. Cave Point County Park boasts a handful of interesting limestone cliffs and sea caves. The park's caves were formed by waves eroding the rock over thousands of years. Kayaking and hiking are popular ways to explore the area, and stormy weather brings powerful waves and water sprays that attract photographers and adventurers. Sisters Bay is a village known for its waterfront, local cuisine, and outdoor activities. Attractions include boat rentals, e-bike tours, and the famous Al Johnson's Swedish restaurant, with goats grazing on the sod roof. The area is popular for cherry picking, hiking, and enjoying sunsets over the bay. Cultural events and markets make it a lively destination for families and visitors of all ages. A central part of the county's identity and agricultural feature is its abundance of cherry orchards. The region's climate and limestone-rich soil make it ideal for growing tart cherries, and the annual cherry blossom and harvest seasons draw crowds for picking, festivals, and farm tours. Sequist Orchards in Sister Bay is the largest and oldest operating cherry farm, and many orchards offer fresh products, baked goods, and experiences for visitors. Eau Claire is a city in western Wisconsin, located at the confluence of the Chippewa and Eau Claire rivers, featuring an extensive park system, active music scene, and a strong sense of community. The city's park system includes dozens of parks, miles of bike trails, and public gardens, as well as the rivers themselves. It is also known for its music and arts culture, with events like the Eau Claire's Music and Arts Festival, founded by musician Justin Vernon of Bon Iver. In fact, its music scene has produced nationally known acts such as Sean Carey and Phil Cook, and the city's venues range from historic theatres to intimate coffee shops. Half Moon Lake is a crescent-shaped lake located near downtown Eau Claire. The park's trails connect to the city's larger trail system, allowing easy access for walkers and cyclists. In winter, the frozen lake becomes a spot for ice skating and snowshoeing. The Wisconsin River is a major waterway stretching across the state, known for its scenic flow through forests, sandstone gorges, and historic towns. The river originates in the North Woods and travels south, eventually joining the Mississippi River. Historically, it powered the state's lumber industry, with logs floated downstream to sawmills and markets. Hydroelectric dams built along the river in the 20th century continue to generate power and regulate water flow, and it is sometimes called the hardest working river due to this. The Lower Wisconsin Riverway, a protected stretch of the river, is one of the longest free-flowing sections in the Midwest, popular for multi-day paddling trips and sandbar camping. The river's sandbars are a favourite for campers, with some accessible only by boat. Bald eagles are frequently seen along the Wisconsin River, often nesting in large trees near the water, which they are very territorial about, especially during nesting season, and will defend their area from intruders. These birds of prey have made a strong comeback in recent decades, with the river's abundant fish and tall trees providing ideal nesting and hunting grounds. Having excellent eyesight and powerful beaks, they have a diet that consists mainly of fish, which they catch with sharp talons after swooping low over the water. They are also opportunistic and will eat waterfowl, small mammals and carrion when available. The presence of healthy eagle populations along the Wisconsin River is considered a sign of good water quality and a thriving ecosystem. Wisconsin's farming industry is a cornerstone of its economy and culture, contributing over $100 billion annually and providing hundreds of thousands of jobs. Known as America's Dairyland, the state leads the nation in cheese production and is home to more dairy farms than anywhere else, supporting a network of related businesses from equipment manufacturing to veterinary services. Beyond dairy, Wisconsin is also a major producer of corn, soybeans, oats, hay, and specialty crops such as cranberries and ginseng, with a reputation for agricultural diversity that sets it apart from other states. Cranberries are native to Wisconsin's marshlands and have been harvested for centuries, first by indigenous peoples and later by settlers. Today, Wisconsin leads the nation in cranberry production, with bogs turning bright red during the autumn harvest. The harvest involves flooding the bogs, allowing the buoyant berries to float for easy collection. Central and northern counties are the main growing regions, and the fruit is enjoyed fresh, as juice, and in sauces around the world. The state's cranberry industry alone supports nearly 4,000 jobs and generates close to $1 billion in economic impact, with Wisconsin producing more than half of the nation's cranberries. Contour farming is widely practiced on Wisconsin's sloped lands, especially in the driftless area, to reduce soil erosion and protect waterways. By planting crops along the natural contours of hills rather than up and down slopes, farmers slow water runoff, increase infiltration, and minimise the loss of soil and nutrients. This method can reduce erosion by up to 50% compared to traditional practices and is often combined with grass buffers and strip cropping for even greater conservation benefits. The distinctive patterns created by contour farming are a recognisable feature of the rural landscape and have drawn attention for both their beauty and effectiveness. The Bavarian village in Wisconsin Dells is a themed destination known for its traditional German architecture, specialty shops, and cultural experiences. Inspired by the villages of Bavaria, this attraction was created in the early 2000s to bring a taste of European charm to the heart of the Dells. The name reflects its design and focus on Bavarian culture, with buildings featuring decorative woodwork, colourful murals, and cobblestone pathways. A standout feature is the Glockenspiel, a large musical clock tower in the village square that plays music and hosts free daily reenactments of the Pied Piper of Hamelin Tale, drawing crowds to watch the story unfold every half hour. Hudson boasts a well-preserved downtown, featuring 19th century brick buildings, independent shops, galleries, and restaurants. The Riverfront is a focal point for community life, with parks, walking paths, and boat docks drawing both locals and visitors. The town has a reputation for its lively art scene, seasonal festivals, and provides entry to the scenic St. Croix Valley. Developed at the meeting point of three rivers, Milwaukee, Menomonee, and Kinnickinnick, Milwaukee is Wisconsin's largest city, famous for its lakefront and brewing tradition. In fact, its brewing legacy is world famous, as the city was once home to some of the largest breweries in the world, including Pabst, Schlitz, Miller, and Blatz. Today, the tradition continues with craft breweries that are known for producing the first gluten-free beer in America and for using local ingredients, such as Door County cherries. Beer culture is woven into the city's identity, celebrated in brewery tours, beer gardens, and annual festivals. Additionally, areas like the historic Third Ward have transformed from warehouse districts into dynamic arts hubs, now ranked among the top arts districts in the country. The Milwaukee Art Museum is an architectural landmark on the lakefront, renowned for its Quadracci Pavilion, designed by Santiago Calatrava. The building features the Burke Brise Soleil, a movable, wing-like structure that opens and closes twice daily, drawing visitors to watch the spectacle. Inside, the museum houses over 34,000 works, including one of the largest collections of Georgia O'Keeffe paintings and significant holdings in German Expressionism, American decorative arts, and Haitian art. Bradford Beach is Milwaukee's most popular public beach, located in Lake Park along the Lake Michigan shoreline. Created in the 1920s by filling in swampy land, the beach is a summer destination that features a historic bathhouse, accessible walkways, and lifeguards during peak season. Lake Michigan forms Wisconsin's entire eastern border and is one of the 5 Great Lakes of North America. It is the only Great Lake located entirely within the United States, bordered by Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. In fact, it is the world's largest lake by area, located entirely in one country, and is a vital source of drinking water, recreation, and commerce for millions of people. The lake supports major ports, including Milwaukee and Green Bay, and is a centre for shipping, fishing, and tourism. It also has over 1,600 islands and is home to more than 500 known shipwrecks, making it a destination for scuba divers and maritime historians. Wisconsin's shoreline is dotted with sandy beaches, dunes, rocky outcrops and wetlands, supporting unique plant and animal communities. This is Wisconsin, a land of hidden wonders and remarkable architectural marvels. Now, if you don't want to miss the most unreal wonders of Minnesota, check out this video.